It's another video reply to Muzz 2000 in respect to what he wrote. So what he wrote in his second reply was, thanks for taking the time to reply. I guess we've, which is no problem, by the way, as I see in your writing that you're a believer and somebody who I think needs to see these arguments for what they really stand for, and maybe clear up some misconceptions which I see in your writing about what is being maintained. So thanks for taking the time to reply. I guess we have a difference in opinion in the idea of what entails truth. Well, we're going to look at that a little bit. I don't believe that there's any room for an opinion otherwise. I think it's just simply false. In any case, the things that I've talked about truth so far are pretty simple. They're not really arguable in my opinion, but we'll show that. Surely empirical evidence or a tautology of logic can't account for all truth. Well, when you're prepared to show an exception, we'll be glad to look at that. That's what that boils down to. Show an exception. Setting fire to babies is wrong is an example that you've tried here, and which is a belief. It's a subjective belief. This is proven by the fact that you can't prove it is true. It's also proven with the facts that we have to look at, such as that some people do this, and they do burn babies. Now, if somebody holds to the opinion that 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, or has the opinion that there is no water on the earth, they can be shown wrong. Their opinion is not an opinion. It's a falsehood. So they might believe it's an opinion, but they would be wrong. And same thing here. When we talk about setting fire to babies is wrong. And again, when I mean right and wrong, I mean correct or incorrect, not just or unjust. In the sense of justice, ethics, morals, and what's right and wrong, there's no truths at all. There's only beliefs. Now we have objective understanding between ourselves that setting fire to babies is wrong. That's true. How do we do that? That's done through consensus of opinion. In other words, my opinion is that that is agreeable statement. Setting fire to babies is wrong. And to you, obviously that sounds wrong to you as well. So we have a consensus of an opinion. But this doesn't create a truth. I mean, we can't prove it's wrong. And there's reasons for that. What we can do is prove, and we can't even prove that. We can't even prove that this is what I believe. In other words, you can't prove to me this is what you believe, and I can't prove to you that I believe that this is wrong. I might very well think that it's just fine to do. How do I prove to you otherwise? Well, the system of determination that I'm using is completely within myself. In other words, whether I think it's right or wrong is completely within myself. I can tell you, and you can believe me, but this is not a truth statement. A truth statement can be proven. So truth must be proven impossible to be false. Again, otherwise it's possible it's false. So when we talk about a truth being relative, that system of proof that needs to be there, otherwise it's possible it's false, needs to be there. It means it's relative to that system. Any truth is relative to a system of proof. If there's no proof, it's not a truth. So there's no argument in respect to is truth relative or not. Of course it is. The misconception by the theist is that this is the same usage of relative as we find in ethics, where we talk about relative being what is subjective and what's up to the individual to decide. Well, that's true for a statement like setting fire to babies is wrong, but that's not true for 1 + 1 = 2. So a truth only applies to that which can be proven to be true, and we can't prove setting fire to babies is wrong. We can agree and have a consensus of opinion that that is wrong to do, but we can't prove that that's the truth, or even that that's what we believe. So again, certainly there's only the two types of truth. There's physical existence and there's mental abstractions. There's no third. If you have that, an idea of what there would be as a third sense of reality, please demonstrate any truths about it. You've proven it to exist. If you don't have a truth for an object, you can't prove it exists. It's the only way we prove something exists. And to prove that something doesn't exist is done through an opposite of tautology. Tautology is P or not P. So it's, you know, all elephants are green or all elephants are not green is true. All P or not P is true for any proposition. It doesn't matter how outrageous P is. as long as it's a proposition. It proposes that something is true. Elephants are green. All elephants are green. Well, either all elephants are green or all elephants are not green. We look at an opposite of that is all elephants are green and all elephants are not green at the same time. That's impossible. So we can't have P and not P. P and not P is a contradiction. So God changes, and God never changes, which is seen in the Bible, can't be the case, and therefore the biblical God doesn't exist. Proven. Likewise, the Quran, they have a passage about Allah flying into town on a red carpet, and also that Allah is omnipresent. He's everywhere at all times. Well, it can't be that he's everywhere at all times, and also, at any time, flies into a town on a red carpet. So it contradicts itself. It's P and not P. That Allah cannot exist, according to the Quran. According to the Bible, if you look at it and you logically analyze what it says, you cannot claim that that creature, or God, exists. There's no such creature. No such being. It cannot be, as evident by the myth itself. And so there's many reasons to apply logic to and formal philosophy into the theologies that are taught. You break it apart in seconds. Shows immediately why you cannot believe it. It's because it's proven false.